Stay beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to uplifting and enhancing your spiritual well-being. How are you doing today? Stay. How are you doing today? Basically, I'm asking because you know that there are some intense energies going on, and Pluto just went retrograde in Aquarius. And that's pretty intense on top of the other aspects that we talked about earlier this week. So, high impact energy. You might feel drained. You might feel super ambitious. You might have trouble sleeping. But I want to get into the transit of today. We've already talked about Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius yesterday, but I want to talk about the moon today because the aspect that is playing with the other aspects is the moon, and the moon is squaring Mars, and that is emotional impatience. It's been the theme of the week. And then also the moon is squaring Saturn. These are both Aries energy. This could be feeling blocked. It could be more of a seriousness. It's kind of like the lightheartedness is kind of left. So it's heavy. And then it is the moon is also opposite Jupiter. And this is about emotional overreach. You're kind of swinging. So this is about swinging between optimism and doubt. So it's kind of, it feels like a melancholy, like a deep melancholy. Like, I really, really, really want to deal with this stuff, but I really, really, really don't know if I have the emotional energy to do it. So basically, you want progress, you want to move forward. I'm getting chariot energy, but yet there's something that feels, there just feels like a lot of resistance. So let's go ahead and pull, let's set our frequency. With the Buddha Doodles, just a quick card, cute little cartoons to kind of start us out on a positive message, and let's see what comes through. Then I will pull a mindfulness card, and then I'm going to pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. Then I'm going to pull a sacred self-care card to give us a self-care, healthcare routine today. So that we take care of our physical bodies to support our emotional and spiritual well-being. And then I'm going to pull and raise your vibration through organization card so we can use that dopamine rush to kind of engage in something that's going to move us forward. All right, we have two. Stay curious. We saw this the other day. And simple pleasures. These are the same cards that came out the other day. So it's a reiteration. Stay curious and simple pleasures. Don't overthink it. And with this energy, with the moon squaring, and then we have Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius, this is overthink energy. Don't overthink it. It's okay to ask questions, but don't take it too seriously. Remember that energy is going to be kind of optimism and doubt, optimism and doubt, optimism and doubt. Don't take it too seriously. Just stay curious. Just be lighthearted as much as you can under the influence of these energies. So let's see what's going on today. I'm seeing rest and balance. We've seen that almost all week in one way or another. And then life's harmony is found at the delicate balance between doing and being. So here is doing, being. Just like I said, you're going to feel like you want to do something and then you're not sure if you have the emotional energy. So you're just going to kind of hang out. Okay. If that's what gets you through this, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. See what is true for you today. I got the Nine of Pentacles right off the top. I just saw the King of Wands. No, it's the Emperor. I'm going to take him too. All right, I'll take that Emperor. The Emperor is that Mars, Aries energy. It can be sovereignty. Could be, okay, don't overanalyze. Focus on the things that you really need to get done. Maybe it's time to sit down and make a list of the have-tos and want-tos. What do you have to get done that you have the energy for? And what do you want to accomplish? What's the priority? I'm going to put these two cards at the top because they came out even before the shuffle. All right. Here we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. That Seven of Wands can be energy of where you really want to get started, but it can also be a defensive energy. So in the reverse, it's like, don't take it too seriously. Don't take this personally. Okay? Two of Swords. There's the blockage. And it's a mental blockage. It's not a physical blockage. It's a mental blockage. Here's the Four of Swords. Here's that rest. Just take some time to kind of be. Then we have the Four of Cups. So we have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. There's the melancholy I just spoke about. And then we have the Judgment card in the challenge position. That Judgment is Pluto. What a surprise. I'm not going to take all those. I'm going to look at them, but I'm not going to take them. Ace of Swords, clarity. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so basically, this could be the opportunity where somebody tries to take advantage of you today because you seem less engaged, a little more withdrawn. And they're interpreting that as you just don't have the with itness today. So this is like somebody jumping ahead in line for a promotion. They're advocating for themselves. They're promoting themselves because maybe that's just not something that is on your list to do today. So I feel like in some way there's a bit of a warning here. There's somebody there that has a little bit of malicious intent who might take advantage of this energy to sabotage you. So just be mindful of that. And I feel like that's a Judgment card. That's why it's in the challenge position, because that can be some karma. Not that it's your karma, but just keep in mind. Be in the Emperor energy. This is being masterful. Be in that loyal to yourself. Sovereignty. Be in your sovereignty, but be loyal to yourself. Although there's somebody's trying to manipulate you today. Let's not allow that. Okay, way too many. I'm gonna put them back. There's so much to say. There's so many energies that are trying to influence us right now that the cards are just coming out in bulk. It makes for very long readings, and I know you don't have time for that. Take a walk. That's another 7 card. Take a walk. So this is a good time to get out in nature, maybe take your lunch to the park, eat it, and then just go for a walk. And just be in that energy. Don't feel like you have to keep doing and doing and doing. Sometimes it's good just to step back. Okay, my friends, I think that is the reading. I want to keep these readings short and sweet. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. Did we do the self-care? Didn't even feel like it. Hold on. I can't get that card up. We'll just let it sit there. All right, let's pull. While we do our self-care, if you're taking a walk and you're doing it with the intention that you are doing this for self-care. Self-care is healthcare. And when we engage in self-care activities, it gives us that little rush of dopamine. And that dopamine helps us engage, helps us activate, helps us start something. Okay, I'll take this. A couple of things you can do. It doesn't have to be today, but you can put these on, this is something I can do for myself to help myself move forward list. Number 1, coupons. This is part of my document organization. I love coupons. I use coupons all the time. They're money-saving strategies, and I love saving the money. You can dedicate, some specific use for the savings. I used it to pay for my children's college books. So by the time they got to college, I'd saved enough money. Their college we had already paid for, we prepaid, but then, books weren't included in their, tuition, or in their prepayment plan. So I just saved all the money that I used in coupons and I put it in a special account, and that's what my children used to buy textbooks when they were in school. But it helps you save money. It helps you shop smart, especially when you combine it with store discounts, store loyalty points, and store e-coupons. It helps you capitalize on those sales, and then it extends your grocery budget. And try new products. Oftentimes when a new product comes out, they give you some coupons for it. You can get them for like $1, $1.50, sometimes $2 off. Gives you an opportunity to try some new products. And this affects our financial well-being, which affects our physical well-being, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual well-being. So if you need a robust tutorial on how I use coupons, I have a system that makes it super, super easy and maximizes my savings. I have a video on my YouTube channel, The Organizer Advisor, under the playlist Documents, and you'll see couponing. And that strategy just seems to be the most effective strategy that I have found to use. What works for you works for you. But if you need a suggestion or if you want to see another idea, please check out that video. And then the other thing is jewelry. I am sans jewelry today. But jewelry can be, number one, really expensive, and it's something that we do want to take care of, especially if you have heirloom pieces. But it helps us to accessorize our outfits so we have that professional pulled together look. You know, it just gives it that sparkle, a little bit of bling, never hurt, and that helps us uplift our self-confidence, our self-esteem, and it gives a more positive appearance. This can be, your jewelry can be valuable, so you want to make sure that the pieces that you have that are valuable, you want to check your insurance coverage, make sure you have photographs, you can have them appraised, but also you have things that you may want to hand down to your loved ones. And so this is a good time to kind of go through your jewelry, make sure everything's in good working order, repair anything that needs repaired, and if there's something that you absolutely know you don't want to keep, it's a great opportunity to sell. Also, you know, have your jewelry in a place that's accessible so that you can use it when you want to use it. You're not looking for it. So have it in one dedicated space and have an organizational system that works. Sometimes jewelry boxes just don't cover it. You might need a jewelry chest. You might need something where you can hang up jewelry. So find out what you have, gather everything together, take a look at it, and see if the storage device that you're using is effective. If not, there's plenty of ideas online to help you maximize your storage so that you can access your jewelry and use it. All right, those are my 2 suggestions for you today. I hope it helps. Please leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. I know when I post these videos, sometimes I know they're not getting picked up, and I know that people aren't seeing them. So if you haven't hit that notification bell, please do, so you know when I post a new video. I look forward to seeing you again very soon, my beautiful friends. Until then, take good care. Namaste.